Hello world, I'm LJ and this is LJ Goes Sweden. Winter is coming, so keep these 5 things today in mind to make your experience with your Tesla a beautiful one during winter. I have done a similar video already last year, so the first thing I want to talk about is a little recap. If you want to see the whole details, check out the video right up there. But now let's sum it up. First thing is mirrors. So if you are leaving your car for like a longer time and you have like a lot of snow that is melting, then freezing, then I'd really recommend you to disable the folding mirror feature, because I had that situation that one time my mirrors were folded and they were not able to unfold themselves, so I had to force them to unfold. One time it happened. Since that one, I will never want to have that feeling again, to manually force them to the position where I can use them while driving. Second feature, for sure, you also should keep that in mind, especially when you're parking longer. The wipers, put them in service mode so they come like slightly up and they don't build up a lot of ice. So it's just another little detail that you might think about that could save you a lot of time and also help you, because you don't want to wipe with a lot of ice, because then you always smear water over your windshield and you don't see stuff. Number 3 and 4 can be combined, which is, first of all, always keep in mind your battery should not be too low, but also not too high, because, well, too low due to reasons, of course, that it consumes more energy even while parked and you're not using it during winter, because the battery always tries to keep itself alive in a certain way. And then, of course, the precondition is something you really should keep in mind. It's gonna take some time. Don't think that you can precondition your car in 5 minutes and it's fine. Maybe the temperature in the cabin is perfect, like 21 degrees Celsius or, I don't know, 80, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what you choose, but it's gonna take time, not only for the windows and the windshield to become like unfrozen, but also you're gonna notice that the door handles or other things of your car might still be frozen. So you're gonna have issues there. But I'm gonna give you some hints also now in this video where we're gonna talk about these things. And the last tip I gave in last year's videos, always have an ice scraper available outside the car. Because if you're not able to get inside your car, maybe due to frozen windows or maybe to frozen door handles, it might be good to have an ice scraper available. Just letting you know. But now let's get into this video. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1 is especially important right now during the time where we sometimes reach freezing temperatures, but not all the time. And I had that experience already one time this year because I forgot about it. And that is the thing, maybe you have noticed yourself already when you were like in colder temperatures and you park your car, you hear that the windows all go slightly down after you leave the car. They do this because if you leave them in the normal height that they are like during summer, you might have an issue that your windows might break because there's like ice building up at the bottom of the window. And then the window cannot go down, and once you pull, you might have an issue that your window is caught in the upper frame up here, and then you break it. So that's why Tesla drops the window during winter, so that you don't have so much of an issue if the window is not capable to move due to like ice building up. However, and that is something that I'm unfortunately also sad, this thing only gets triggered with certain temperatures. I don't know if it's like 0 degrees Celsius or like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, but if you park your car like during a warmer day, for example like 6-7 degrees, and then you leave your car for a few days because maybe you're gone, keep in mind that once you reach your car, it has not moved down to the position where you can easily open it. So if you have the chance to reach your car, but maybe you don't use it and you know it's gonna be a cold night, just go to your car, open it, close it, and that's it. You don't have to use your car, you don't have to drive there. Just by opening and closing it, it knows the temperature, it fixes itself. That's the one important thing that I will keep in mind, because I'm not a daily driver. So I have that situation a lot of times, especially now during the times when it's still like above 0 most of the time. But then in the morning I was dropping below. I personally cannot recommend it yet because we don't have snow yet, we don't have the freezing situations yet, but I have used silicone spray this year for the first time. And I have used it around the car and I want to see, does it really help or does it not help? So I bought a silicone spray, which is like water absorbent, because it is the most important thing here. You need some spray that is like not connecting with water, because water freezes, and once water is like frozen to the rubber or like to something else, you know, that's why you need like this silicone spray. And I have used it on multiple areas of every single door. So first of all, what you have maybe seen on some tutorials already is the door handle. You have like a spring in here and you can actually, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it there, but in there is a little spring. And that one you can spray and move it a bit, and that is supposed to keep the door handle a bit more moving, but of course it will not fix the issue that you might have still a frozen door handle in general. So against that thing, I don't think there's anything to do unless you want to like put some kind of sock over it or something, but still that might also freeze. So that's the door handle issue you have with a Tesla. But there are other things that I have done, and that is basically I sprayed the whole window areas. I sprayed all the way from the front here to the back here, even here where you don't have a windshield, and also here. The whole thing I sprayed, but I also sprayed the top up here. Even though that's probably not going to be the biggest issues, having like freezing here due to the window moving down, I still sprayed it. Why not, you know? And I have done this spraying for all 4 windows. So we have to see what happens, if it helps, if not. I'm probably going to reapply it maybe also during some days, but I'm very curious what happens. However, I have used the silicone spray on 2 more occasions, and therefore we go to the trunk. And one thing I also noticed during winter is everything in your car that is able to move, may it be the trunk, may it be the front, or may it even be the charging port, everything can freeze. I had a frozen charging port, I had a frozen trunk, and I also had a time where I opened my front, but I was not able to close it anymore because there was so much ice. I'm just telling you, everything can freeze. Every car has those issues. So, but I'm just saying. So what I have done, you know that little area right here, of course I don't know how it looks for a Model Y, but on the Model 3, you also have like a little rubber area right up here. And there's like a little mosquito there right now, thank you. So I have sprayed this whole rubber area here because I remember that there was a lot of ice building up here. And then this stuff here got fixed up at the metal of the trunk. So basically, I hope, what I hope should work is by spraying this area, you have like silicone in here. And even if there is ice building up, the ice should not be able to like stick to the rubber and should just fall out once I open it, which is the idea. And yeah, the other areas I didn't spray because I don't want to spray the paint or something. And at the charging port there, you also have some kind of rubber areas right up here that are like basically just like to keep it from leaking. So I basically sprayed this little area also right here around. I don't think this is going to fix the issue with the charging port, because usually the issue with the charging port is I can basically show you, of course I have to close everything now. So basically my situation in the winter is always that you have ice, that you have like melting ice going down here and going over the area here, and then you have like a lot of ice in this gap, making it kind of impossible for the charging port to open, and also of course down here once the water goes down there. So that's the issue with the charging port, keep that in mind. But yeah, so now here again you can see the rubber down there, that little gap I sprayed, and I really hope this is gonna fix it. So that's the thing, silicone spray, like I said, I will not recommend this to you because I don't know if it really works. I wanted to try it out. Once I know it works, I'm gonna make an update on this just to let you know it's good to go. Oh, I just had to go inside for a little bit to warm up because the weather is really, really bad outside. We have 5 degrees, but that is the perfect time, guys, to tell you if you are in need of a Tesla and you want to support me with what I'm doing on this YouTube channel, feel free to use my referral link right up there to get yourself a little incentive when buying a new Tesla. May it be supercharging kilometers or miles, may it be a few $1,000s of discount, or may it be some months of free full self-driving. And to be honest, I wish I could use full self-driving here. So even that one I would love to take. And at the same time, like I said, you support me also with some supercharging kilometers or something else. Tesla is always switching these things up anyway. So we will see. But thank you very much. And now let's continue with tip number 3. Winter tires. Yes, winter tires now of course seems like a very obvious reason, but no, I am not talking about the tires itself that you have on your car. Yes, of course you should use winter tires or at least all season tires if you are like in areas where you don't expect so much snow but have like a lot of wetness and maybe slush and ice. So what I am talking about is actually in your car you can change the setting of what tires you're using. And I think a lot of people know this, but I also have the feeling that there might actually be a difference on the car by changing the setting between summer or winter. I don't know if it's true, but I have a feeling like at least like calculating the range and stuff is definitely going to be updated, but also other things. So how do you do the thing that I'm talking about? Well, you go in your normal like modes here, you go to the menu and then you go to service and you scroll down to wheel and tire. And there you have your wheels, so you can select like the wheel size, but I think this is more important to like determine the range exactly. And here you can go to tires. And here in the tires you can choose the season. So you have winter or summer and all season, because summer and all season is together for whatever reason, but winter. And then you have to select your type of like the reason for this change. And if it's the normal seasonal, then you just choose seasonal tire swap, and then you just like accept by pressing the brake pedal and press reset. So it will update the mileage with the tires and stuff. So in the maintenance manual you will see all of these, but I also have the feeling that there might be something else in the car that is getting updated by doing that. For me, it always feels like there has to be a reason why you have to select winter there, because you could also just say like reset, you know? Why do they give you the option to select winter? Just one thing that I was thinking about that you should do. And yes, now let's talk about the last one. And that one is probably now very, very specific to certain cars, and my car is not one of them. Disable regenerative braking in winter. And I cannot do this on my car. I don't know if Tesla has removed the feature also on the all-wheel drive cars as of right now, but I know that the Model Y comes with a reduced regenerative braking feature, and I would recommend you to activate this during winter. Because the big important thing you have to keep in mind is when you're driving in winter, you are basically always in a certain sliding movement. Even though you're going straight, you're kind of always sliding, and you realize that once you like brake too heavy or something, you know that you don't have that much grip. And the problem with that is with regenerative braking, once you let go of your accelerator pedal, the car brakes regenerative, but this causes the car to slide. So this can be dangerous when you're especially not expecting it. If you are like thinking about it the whole time and you're like more careful like by letting go of the accelerator, then it might be good. But if you're not used to it, I would always recommend you to disable it. And I personally would also disable it because you will use your brakes more often in winter, which is also recommended because you have like a lot of salt, so there might be more rust building up during this whole time. So it's good to just use your brakes during winter, even if you have regenerative braking. One thing I, however, can tell you, which is kind of like the advantage if you don't precondition your car, is your battery is cold, which is of course a disadvantage. But at the same time, when the battery is too cold, especially with LFP battery cars, you have reduced regenerative braking automatically because the battery cannot take the charge you would give it by braking regenerative. You know what I mean? So basically in winter, when I start driving, I don't have any regen. My car just rolls like it would not exist. So basically I have to use the brake myself. However, once I have driven for like a longer time, the battery got warm, of course it comes back. Keep that in mind. I think that is very important because this could cause accidents if you're not used to regenerative braking, especially in winter. And there you have it, guys. That are my tips for winter this year. I really wish you all a wonderful winter. Stay safe, enjoy your car. Try to make the best out of the situations that are kind of annoying with the car. I also try to make the best out of the situations with door handles, frozen windows or whatsoever. Let's see how it goes this year. And there are of course winter videos coming up with me and my Tesla. I'm trying out some more ideas. I have some ideas there in mind. But until then, I wish you a wonderful day. Have a good one. And we're gonna see each other back in the next video. But until then, bye bye.